Hello and welcome to the AI Affairs podcast.
And welcome to our deep dive.
Today we're tackling something that's really at the heart of how we all shop and live online, personalized advertising. But it's gone so far beyond just, segmenting by age or gender. We're now deep in the era of hyper-personalization.
Yeah, that's right. And this is where AI promises this true one-to-one marketing at a scale, really, that no human team could ever hope to manage.
So for this dive, we've looked at sources that really capture both sides of this.
We looked at industry insights, research on email marketing, stuff from AWS that all show this incredible commercial efficiency. But we've also paired that with a lot of public debate.
From places like online forums.
Exactly. And that's where you see the other side, the deep ethical concerns, the feeling that these ads can be manipulative, and this sort of erosion of our personal autonomy.
So that's our mission today. We want to unpack this paradox for you. How does the AI actually enable this super precise targeting? What's the infrastructure that's required?
And maybe most importantly, why are these incredibly effective tools also seen by so many people as, damaging to our privacy and maybe even to society itself?
Let's start with the basics then. I think we all experience standard personalization every day. It's when an email has your name or a website suggests something because you looked at, say, running shoes.
Right. It's pretty common. And that McKinsey study from a few years back showed that, 80% of customers now expect that?
They expect it. It's just the price of admission now for any online store.
And that expectation is exactly what forces the jump to what we're calling hyper-personalization, or HP. It's a huge leap in complexity.
So what makes it different? It's not just more data, right?
It's not just more data, it's about what's driving it. HP completely relies on artificial intelligence and these just colossal volumes of data to find connections.
Correlations a human would never spot.
Never. They're way too subtle. So standard personalization knows you like running.
Then hyper-personalization knows I'm training for a marathon, I just ran in the rain, and I'm currently walking past an outlet store.
That's it. That's the level of context. The goal isn't just selling you a product anymore. It's about communicating the right offer at the right time.
Based on my immediate needs in that exact moment.
Yeah. And to do that, you need a few key things. You need context sensitivity, which we just talked about. Yeah. You need speed, so it's real time. And you absolutely need omni-channel marketing.
Okay, context and speed make perfect sense. But tell me a bit more about the omni-channel part. Why is that so crucial?
Well, because your journey as a customer isn't a straight line, right? You browse on your laptop, you abandon the cart. Then maybe you get an email 15 minutes later. With HP, that email isn't generic. It's for the exact color and size of the shoe you left behind.
Okay, I see.
And then, if you open the app the next day, that same personalized offer is right there waiting for you. All your systems, web, email, SMS, app, they all have to be talking to each other instantly.
And if they're not, if there's a delay of even an hour?
The moment is lost. It feels stale. You're just back to sending a generic bulk message, and you've lost the magic.
That complexity really shows why AI is so essential here. You just can't do this at scale with people.
You absolutely cannot. Traditional marketing was all about oversimplification. You had to lump thousands of customers into one big bucket.
And just hope the offer was relevant to, what, a fraction of them?
A tiny fraction, maybe 20%. It's so inefficient. You're basically paying for the failure rate of the whole campaign.
Right.
AI just completely transforms that. It scales individual decision-making. One of the sources put it perfectly. Even when the human marketing team is sleeping, the AI is awake.
Analyzing data, making millions of decisions.
Millions of aggregated decisions. Who gets what message at what price on which channel? A human team trying to do that manually, it would be, it's impossible. Utterly impossible.
So AI becomes this necessary processing power to handle the modern customer journey, which is so fragmented.
It is. Think about it. We jump between channels, we do our research, we stop for a few weeks, we come back. There are millions of possible paths.
And the AI is the only thing that can follow each person's unique path.
Exactly. It nurtures each of those self-directed journeys across all the stages. Awareness, consideration, purchase, and then all the way to retention and advocacy. It's like having a million personal sales reps working all at once.
And the data we looked at shows this really, really pays off.
It pays off massively. HP and automation give a huge boost to all the key metrics. In email marketing, for example, a study showed that just personalizing the subject line, just that one small thing, gave a 22% higher open rate. Now imagine that improvement scaled across millions of emails. You see it translate directly into higher click-through rates, better conversions, and a much, much better return on investment. It's not a luxury, it's a performance driver.
Okay, so if the AI is handling all these millions of decisions and basically running the customer journey, that brings up a huge question. What's left for the human marketer to do?
It's a great question, and it's not that they become obsolete. Their role just changes dramatically. It becomes more of a co-creator relationship.
You co-creator.
Yeah. The AI handles all the grunt work, the rule-based automation. And that elevates the human into the role of an editor or a strategic driver.
So the human sets the big picture story, the brand, the ethics.
They set the plot, and the AI writes the individual script for every single person in the audience.
That's a great way to put it. And I guess this is where generative AI comes in and makes things even more revolutionary.
It's a complete game changer. The first wave of Gen AI, it solved the content bottleneck. The massive effort it took to create thousands of different versions of an ad. Gen AI does that in seconds.
So what's next? What's the holy grail?
The holy grail is combining two types of AI. You take customer AI, which predicts what you want and when you want it.
Okay.
And you combine it with Gen AI, which then instantly creates the unique content for that moment. Maybe it's a personalized SMS message or even a unique product image generated just for you in real time.
Wow. That combination, it sounds like a completely unstoppable sales engine.
It does.
But it also sounds like a highly optimized machine for manipulation. And that brings us right to the core paradox of this whole thing.
That is the paradox. We see the commercial power, it's undeniable.
Yeah.
But then you look at the public discussions we analyzed and you see the other side very clearly, the severe ethical and societal cost.
Let's shift into that darker side then. A core criticism that came up again and again was that these ads aren't just selling us things we want. They're designed to make us feel dissatisfied.
That's such a powerful insight from the critiques we saw. You could be perfectly happy with your current phone or your headphones, but the ad, which is fueled by AI insights into your specific psychology, it works by convincing you how much better your life would be if only you bought the new model. It creates a sense that you're insufficient right now.
That intentional creation of inadequacy, that seems to tie directly into an even more chilling idea, the exploitation of our vulnerabilities.
It does, because the algorithms are now sophisticated enough to spot those vulnerabilities. If the data suggests you have, say, low self-esteem or anxiety about your social status,
The system knows that.
it can infer it, and then it can recommend specific purchases, expensive clothes, diet products, by suggesting they will improve your self-worth. It reinforces this really harmful idea that buying things is the way to be happy.
And this all raises some really profound questions about our privacy and our autonomy. I mean, we're going beyond just emotional discomfort here. I'm thinking of that famous kind of disturbing case.
A teenager and her pregnancy.
Right. The algorithm figured out she was pregnant based on her shopping habits, unscented lotions, certain vitamins, before she'd even told her own family.
And that example just opens up this huge ethical vacuum. When an algorithm can infer something so life-altering about you, who owns that information?
Do you own it? Or does the company whose AI figured it out?
Exactly. It brings your whole right to decide who knows what about you into question.
And the risk becomes, well, almost dystopian when you think about who has access to these massive databases of personal information.
Absolutely. The sources we read pointed out this very legitimate fear. It's not just about hackers. Imagine an employee at one of these big tech companies.
With access to everything.
Everything. And they decide to misuse it, to stalk someone, to harm someone. The amount of granular detail being collected is just so much more than people realize.
Then there's the direct economic impact on us, the consumers. The whole point might not be to give you what you want, but to sell you what the company needs to sell.
And at the highest possible price. That's dynamic pricing.
Right.
It's the painful part of this data extraction. If the algorithm knows you urgently need a car part, and that you're probably willing to pay $100 for it.
It charges you $100, even if yesterday it was $70 for someone else.
Precisely. The consumer is often worse off. You end up bearing the cost of their data gathering system. You're paying for the efficiency of their AI, not benefiting from it.
And if we zoom out from the individual to society, the impact seems to spill over in a huge way through polarization.
This might be one of the most alarming costs. Every targeted content algorithm, whether for products or news or politics, has one goal: maximize your time on the screen.
Keep you watching, keep you clicking.
At any cost.
Yeah.
And what is that? Sensational, often anger-inducing content that confirms what you already believe and paints the other side as, the enemy.
Which is the perfect recipe for an echo chamber.
It's the definition of an echo chamber. When your entire feed is perfectly tailored to keep you either outraged or affirmed, any facts that don't fit that narrative they can't get through. And that's how you end up with widespread misinformation and this extreme polarization. We're all living in different algorithmically curated realities.
So we've laid out this picture where personalization is commercially vital, but also ethically just, fraught with risk. Yet even the companies that want to do this face huge technical hurdles, right?
Oh, massive hurdles. Many companies really struggle to get from that basic personalization to true HP. The first roadblock is always the data itself.
The quality of the data.
A quality and the quantity. HP just falls apart without a large amount of really valid, organized first-party data. Name, purchase history, interests.
Yeah.
It all has to be clean.
Garbage in, garbage out. If the data is a mess, the AI can't work its magic.
Exactly. Which leads to the next problem, technical complexity.
Yeah.
To get that real-time omni-channel experience we talked about, you have to link all these different systems.
The CRM, the email tool, the web shop.
All of it. They have to share one single, consistent, real-time data source. And a lot of big companies, their digital architecture just isn't there yet. It's too siloed.
And I imagine even if the tech is perfect, if the marketers themselves don't trust what the AI is telling them, they won't use it.
That's a huge organizational barrier. Trust and explainability. The AI's decisions have to be, explainable even to a non-technical brand manager.
They need to know why the AI made a certain choice.
Yes. Why did it pick that offer for that person? If they can't understand the logic, they can't confidently deploy it. What if the AI spits out something offensive or inappropriate? The human editor has to be able to trust the system.
So beyond the tech, it's about having the right people and resources in place.
Which is often the missing piece. This stuff is time-intensive to set up. It requires specialized talent that many organizations just haven't invested in yet. They know they need it, but they lack the internal know-how.
And then on top of all of that, you have the regulatory constraints, GDPR.
Yeah, that's a massive one, especially for any company operating globally. The GDPR in Europe significantly complicates how you collect and transfer data.
Particularly with US-based software company.
That's where it gets really tricky. GDPR is there to protect EU citizens. But U.S. surveillance laws can sometimes require American companies to hand over data to their authorities.
Even if that data belongs to EU citizens.
And that conflict creates huge risk. The old Privacy Shield agreement was thrown out for exactly this reason. We've seen data protection authorities in Europe step in and actually prohibit the use of certain U.S.-based tools because of these concerns.
So companies are caught in the middle?
Completely. They want to use the best AI tools, which are often American, but they're operating in a European regulatory world that's, rightly designed to protect privacy. It severely limits their options.
What a dense but fascinating dive this has been. So to recap, we've explored the incredible efficiency AI brings to hyper-personalization, letting e-commerce really scale that one-to-one communication.
Right. And that's a clear driver for higher conversion rates and a better ROI. There's no denying the commercial power.
But we also highlighted these really serious ethical shadows, the creation of consumer dissatisfaction, exploiting psychological weaknesses, and these huge privacy risks.
Not to mention fueling wider societal polarization through these algorithmic echo chambers. The tools are powerful, but the risks are just as profound.
And all of this is happening against a backdrop of really steep technical and organizational challenges. You need clean data, unified systems, and the know-how to run it all.
And you have to do it while navigating these incredibly complex data regulations like GDPR, which are only getting stricter.
So what's the path forward?
Well, I think it involves a really conscious effort to build trustworthy, explainable AI. Companies have to prioritize that.
Yeah.
At the same time, data-driven marketing is it's the default now.
It's not going away.
It's not going away.
Yeah.
So the challenge will be securing better internal first-party data so you can keep personalizing effectively, even as regulations clamp down on third-party data. The pressure on good, ethical data governance has really never been higher.
Thank you for listening, and see you next time on AI Affairs.